a 2D plan is great when you know the space and you recognize kind of features and you orientate yourself. A 3D plan is a lot better when you don't know the space, you know? And so that CFO that honestly hasn't stepped in the factory because he has got another 35 to manage, he will look at the 3D floor plans and understand stuff. My name is Thibaut Tiberghien. I'm the CTO and co-founder at Simplrspace. Simplrspace is a digital floor plan platform. So we provide basically data visualization tools on floor plans. So any kind of spatial data that you have and want to visualize, we offer the tools for you to do that. I think on our side, when we say building intelligence, it's about empowering humans to understand the data about the buildings that they are managing so that they can make the best decisions. We use notebooks for a variety of things. One aspect will be like what I like to call, let's say, data ops. So we've got a bunch of data and we need to do stuff with it. I just love notebooks for that. Second part will be rapid prototyping of what we deliver to customers. Generally, we start with notebooks. Sometimes we'll upgrade to framework if we need to involve a non-technical customer in the conversation. Yeah, so that's how we use observable environments here. It's really about what's your use case, who's your audience, and adapt to that, make it work for that, right? If I take like an ops team that runs a factory, like they know floor plans day in, day out, keep things to 2D. Because honestly, very often 2D is more efficient actually than 3D from a pure visualization perspective. But then if you're going to show the same data about the same factory to the CFO of the factory, like the floor plan probably confuses him. Maybe he hasn't even stepped in the space. Maybe he doesn't really know the space. So a 2D plan is great when you know the space and you recognize kind of features and you orientate yourself. A 3D plan is a lot better when you don't know the space, you know? And so that CFO that honestly hasn't stepped in the factory because he has got another 35 to manage, he will look at the 3D floor plans and understand stuff, right? And I think the 3D floor plans, they give more context about the space. The first challenge is you want to visualize indoor data, you need floor plans. And usually the floor plans that you have suck. Yeah, the floor plans that you generally have are stuff that the architects use and the construction people use, and then you want to visualize data as someone who's operating an office space. And you're not like a floor plan expert. And that's one of the big issues. So how we got around that was basically sanitizing floor plan. And if you look at our editor, the initial point of the editor was like, we want to digitize floor plans so that we can render them in 2D, 3D, and so on. But one of the things that came out of it was we basically sanitize floor plans. So we take really bad looking floor plans and we create really easy to understand floor plans out of it. The second thing is, once you start having a representation of space and you want to do data visualization on it, people want the space to be as representative of the reality as possible. That's a mistake. Right? Like you basically need to reduce the amount of information you have about the space, make it schematically representative, and then make space for your data visualization. So if you look at our models, they are full white. They are extremely simple. We don't support colors. We don't support textures. Sometimes we use custom 3D models for furniture. And we tell customers, yeah, you worked on those great textures, we are throwing them away. Like, we want the color to be for data visualization, the rest, drop it, right? It's kind of like, I don't know, you have that much bandwidth to understand stuff when you look at a floor plan. And if you put the space like that and the data like that, it's not gonna work, right? So we reduce the amount of bandwidth taken by the space and we increase the amount of bandwidth taken by data. So I think that's one of the really important things. And it requires for us to say no a lot of times to our customers, right? But we know that that's the right way to go. Well, start with our website, simplrspace.com, smplrspace.com, and yeah, connect with me on LinkedIn, on Twitter, wherever you want. Send an email. Always happy to explore anything related to spatial data visualization, whether you use Simplrspace or not.